Welcome back to Duxon. I've upgraded my armor and my gear. I mean, I have enough high level enough skills on some of my companions or myself in order to get the best upgrades. I was hoarding the components until this point because that's really the best way to do it. It's really the end game that's difficult, it's not the early game, so you don't really need to upgrade unless you want to bother with companions. And even then, with companions, it's more so the case of when you get someone new, like Mira, then you have to control her, and that's a problem. Or, well, you should upgrade Aten, especially, get him a Jedi as quickly as possible, because he'll be the one you control on Nar Shaddaa. It's kind of annoying, really. And also T3, though T3 is fine for the most part. He's got the renewable shield, he's got the shock arm, so he's generally okay to handle things on his own. Regardless, I've upgraded armor for most people, upgraded blasters for everyone, upgraded a couple of my own lightsaber, though not anyone else's, and, well, I guess that's about it.
If you head out into the jungle, stay alert. Our patrols keep the area clear of the more dangerous beasts, but a lot of the smaller ones still infest the paths.
What beasts are there?
Mostly Canucks and Malras. Deeper in the jungle there's Boma beasts, and they're a little more sport. Little pests. They'll eat anything they can fit in their mouths, so don't leave any gear and supplies lying around, unless you want them to end up in a Canuck's belly. They aren't very aggressive though. Just don't get too close to them, and they'll leave you alone. Malras are aggressive, but hardly a challenge for a real warrior. They're pack hunters though, and dangerous in numbers. We try to thin their herds pretty regularly. What's the point? They breed fast, and other than sport, they're a waste of ammo.
How does ammo go work here? I mean, I guess it's energy. You have energy packs in your blasters. Because, I mean, they're plasma weapons, aren't they? I've never really understood. It's not really laser weapons. The explanation they give is like it's plasma weapons. Though I think Star Wars has generally evolved on this subject.
Bomas are tough and fiercely territorial. Whenever we drive them off, they just come back to reclaim their grazing lands. We can handle them, but they may be too much for you. Even the bravest Mandalorians have fallen prey to this jungle and its beasts. Don't say I didn't warn you.
You finally arrived, Jedi. I seek to reclaim the honor that you stole from me. I challenge you here, outside of the battle circle. This time, we fight to the death.
Many Mandalorians have fallen to Jedi. There is no dishonor in that.
You would deny my request? I want to fight here, in front of other Mandalorians, to prove my worth. Do not shame me further.
There must be other ways to prove yourself.
There were no wars to fight, no great enemies to destroy. I wish this was a different age, where our armadas were a force to be feared.
I will not fight you.
Then you dishonor me again, Jedi. One day we will meet again. Next time, you will not have a choice.
If I fought the fool, I would kill the fool.
Take him down. Oh my god!
Yeah, I got discipled. I'm not sure if you learn throughout the game that his name is Malak. Okay. Wait, who's the working... what's here?
Wait a moment. Do you see that Boma over there? The Force flows through even these simple creatures. If you empty your mind, you may be able to feel its thoughts. They aren't fully formed. Basic instincts, urges, dominated by every breath and every moment. Primal and unsophisticated.
And this is why I remove Craft from my party, because if she has anything important to say, she'll say it regardless of whether or not she is here. I feel it.
Good. Beasts can be easier to affect than other sentients, but you must bridge the gap between what distinguishes us and them. You feel its consciousness, yes, like a low rumble before the storm. Use the Force to create a barrier around it. Make it with care and subtlety.
Oh, that worked.
You came close, and you have potential. With practice, you can make anything repulsive and pliable. But the cage around their perceptions is a fragile thing. Many things can break its hold, violence especially.
Can anything else be done with beasts?
With the Force, anything is possible. But that is the only lesson for now.
You know, it's hilarious. They said in Clothar 1 that battle meditation was a skill that only Bastila had. Maybe she just had an advanced version of it. The Grey Jedi.
This won't take long. Everyone, on the guard!
I probably want to lower this stuff even further. I mean, how much further can I? Yeah, this is the problem. I haven't been able to replace any of my audio equipment in quite a while, due to being what it is.
How do you like that?
Where am I even heading? Well, I guess that works. Now, I think there might be some potential to get armor for Beador. I just don't know where I could possibly. That would allow him to use his Jedi powers. I mean, it's not necessarily a significant issue, seeing as he's a Guardian, but still. It's enough of a problem. Oh.
Something you need. Let me have everything you need to come.
Well, Beador can at least heal us. There we go. That's the part I needed. I think it's a random drop, to be fair.
Let's get this over with. How do you like that?
Oh, that was easy. Okay. Need to find that missing Mandalorian. I don't have enough components at the moment to actually make gear for everyone. Well, upgrade everyone's lightsabers. But then again, I don't even have enough lightsabers to go around. I wish I could make them. I mean, lightsabers can be crafted. I mean, that's exactly what I'm doing, but I can't craft any more. Hell, Vader and others, most Jedi actually, make lightsabers on their own. They just need the crystals. It's really the crystal that's the difficult part. Everything outside of that is fairly easy to deal with. Just basic components. Alright, I am not going there until I'm done in this region. There's 2 Mandalorians that are missing. And I need to find them. Well, not really missing. One of them isn't missing. He's just hunting beasts. The other one... Okay, another one. Oh! I see. I need 3 parts for that.
If you head out into the jungle...
Oh, the Mandalorian captain is inside the camp, not outside. Fine. One of the things I actually dislike about Star Wars, no cats, no dogs. And I guess the droids are the dogs, the loyal pets that they are.
What are you doing out here? It's dangerous for your kind.
Why are you here? I thought all the patrols had been stopped.
I am a Mandalorian scout. I don't go on patrols. Mandalore sent me out here personally to track a ship that landed in the area.
There was a bounty hunter ship deeper in the jungle.
No, it wasn't them. That ship was damaged and screaming its ID signature all the way down. This one was trying to slip in quietly, and it was keeping its eye on emissions to a minimum. Our sensors almost didn't pick it up.
Any sign of a crew?
Just this corpse here. Looks like a scout, and pretty green, too. The fool walked right into a group of Canucks and got torn apart. He can't have been the only one crawling around here. If there's more, we need to take them out. You up for some action?
What do you intend to do? Kill them?
Squeamish? Don't worry, I'm not planning on killing them unless I have to. But people do have a habit of shooting at Mandalorians on sight. If so, I wouldn't mind a good fight.
I may be able to help. What's the plan?
There's more of these scouts in the jungle. There's many paths and I don't want them to slip by. If we split up, we should be able to find their scouts, if you're up for it.
I am. Let's find them.
I'm going to take up a position to the east. You go west. I'll make sure none of them get past me.
What happened to Lon?
He got swarmed by those little beasts. I think they're called Canucks.
I hope this mission is worth it to the Colonel. If not... Wait, did you hear that?
That's her! Get her!
Do you imbeciles even think that it's a good idea to attack a Jedi on sight? Just saying, it's like, here is this guy, this person with a plasma sword that's very deadly fast and has magical abilities, and you just charge into that.
Set the staging camp up here. This jungle just never ends.
Lieutenant, 2 of our scout patrols haven't reported back.
Do more? Nothing is worth this.
More beasts!
Everyone, attack!
Okay. Kill them all. More experience, interesting.
Defend yourself!
Okay, I leveled up. Hold on. Yeah, I need Constitution to go up. It's for the sake of the implants. maybe need to get higher awareness, to be fair, at this point. Alright, dual wield. Once I get the ability to... Once I get 2 lightsabers, which I will on Korriban, that's basically the reason you go to Korriban, to basically equip every single person. Beast Confusion. How very... quaint. Force immunity can wait a bit. Is Beast Confusion worth it anyway? You can get Force Suppression abilities. Or Jedi Barrier. No. I mean, I already have enough powers. Defensive powers is... The only thing that I would want is Force immunity, just to make fighting other Jedi or Sith easy. But outside of that, I shouldn't give a damn.
Let's get this over with.
How sounding convenient, a short lightsaber. A useless affair, though. It's just... Well, I guess I can use a short lightsaber as an offhand weapon, rather than a main hand weapon. You wouldn't want to use one.
Let's get this over with. This won't take long.
There we go. The final part. Ah, yes. Press the charges, says Mandalorian. That'll be easy. Didn't tell you is that the beast would come.
You have left me an opening!
Canderous hasn't changed at all, I see. Well, that's the one that I'm gonna want eventually. Right now, my constitution... would be nice to know my constitution. You need to have a certain level, regardless. Disciple is pretty fucking useless in terms of his own abilities. Alright, drain life. Except... what about Beodur? Okay, that's one cache. Time to go. Well, I've killed the Canucks. Got the parts. Killed the beast. Proved myself. Now I just need to find that damn scout again.
I found more of their scouts, but they started shooting as soon as they saw me. I heard blaster rifle fire coming from deeper in the jungle. You find anything?
I came across two groups of scouts. They weren't in a mood to talk either.
Surprised they wouldn't talk to you. I thought their grudge was only with Mandalorians. Find out anything useful from them?
They mentioned something about the Colonel. There also seems to be more of them.
Colonel, huh? Could be Colonel Tobin. Tobin is General Vaklu's personal cat hound. If he's on your trail, you might want to steer clear of Onderon.
Tobin's the one who opened fire on our ship and forced us to land here.
I'm not surprised. He was probably acting on orders from Vaklu. If so, you've made some dangerous enemies.
Who is General Vaklu?
General Vaklu is the cousin of Queen Talia. He's also in charge of the Onderon military. He led the Onderon resistance when we occupied their world during the Mandalorian War. He was a worthy foe. Maybe more than a match for you. Mandalore needs to know about the scouts. I'll let him know your role in dealing with them.
Before you go, who were those scouts?
They're Onderon military, although they were trying to be secret about it. I've got a feeling you're going to need all the help you can get. One last thing about the battle circle. Your actions have proven you worthy of facing our best in the circle. Perhaps we can face each other there. See you at camp.
Cloaking mechanism. You know, the most boring period, as far as I'm concerned, in Star Wars, and I know this is going to sound like high heresy to quite a lot of people, because ultimately it is not heresy, but the most boring period, as far as I'm concerned, is actually the Imperial era. Not because it's just about subterfuge and politics and all that stuff, far more so than Clone Wars. I mean, look at the Clone Wars, as stupid as the prequels were, and they are. It's at least exciting in respect to the fact that There's massive fucking battles going on. It's a gigantic war taking place across the galaxy. And there's Jedi fighting well across the galaxy. Okay, then I think I need to go north. But I don't remember if there's another area. I certainly hope there isn't.
You there? I am in need of your assistance.
Alright, Kumus. Zarga thought you were dead.
I'm Kumus. And Zargo is not wrong in thinking me dead. We assume that any Mandalorian who does not report back within a day has been taken by the jungle. I still live. I am just in a difficult situation.
What are you doing up there?
A patrol was sent to look for weapon caches in this region. They found 3 sites that looked promising. Zarga told me to prove myself by taking explosives to those sites and uncovering the caches, if they exist.
So how did you get up there?
This was the first site. After easily dispatching some Maras, I removed my pack and began to plant my charges along this ridge. When I finished setting the charges, I looked down to see Canucks swarming all over my pack. The pests were eating everything. I killed the Canucks, but then a herd of Bomas arrived. I had no more ammo. The extra energy cells I had brought had been in my pack, so I've been up here, weaponless for 2 days.
You ran out of ammo. Isn't that against the Mandalorian code?
Blaster rifles don't use much energy, and their energy cells last a long time. How often have you had to change ammo?
I can't believe you were outwitted by Canucks. They're the Giska of ducks.
I do not need you to echo my failures to me. I need your aid.
Or what? If I give you enough time, perhaps the Canuck will eat your armor. You're not exactly in the best bargaining position.
Enough of this. If you're only here to mock me, then leave.
How do you like that? Yeah.
I'm grateful for your help, stranger. I'm returning to the Mandalorian camp now. I won't forget this. I have only one request. Please, don't mention this incident to anyone.
Oh, I will.
If the Mandalorians were your sworn enemy, you would still save one in need. You're a woman of many levels.
The Mandalorians' wars ended some time ago. They aren't my enemies anymore.
I have to think on what you said.
Stop being my enemies. I don't see any value in this. At any rate, time to blow it all up. Okay.
Your ship's pilot and gunner are... I have lost. but this was no troop. But there were others. Ready to head back to your ship? Give the word and I'll take you there. Follow me.
Yeah, there's something I need from my ship. Just to see the map here. Okay, going back to the camp.
About time.
Alright.
Any progress with the repairs or the phase pulse converter?
Both the cables and telemetry computer are working now.
That's the best thing I've heard in weeks. I'll be sure to tell Mandalore about your help. Look, I have some extra parts and computer spikes. Take them. You can probably make better use of them than I can. Any You do? Let me see. I don't know how, but these pieces look in good enough shape to repair. I'll have the telemetry computer repaired in no time. I'll be sure to tell Mandalore how much help you've been. I know you didn't ask, but here's a reward anyway. Mandalorians are expected to do anything they can to help, but you're a stranger, and you didn't have to help us. Damn it. Jungle is taking over everything.
You here to gloat over your victories in the battle circle. Save it for some.
Maybe I should buy that Mandalorian assault rifle. Or actually, wait, let me check his gun. Oh, he already has one. Okay. Yep, got it in the last video, I guess. It's gonna be difficult to track everything in this game, especially because it doesn't necessarily have the best way of tracking things. The thing about HK is you need to keep in mind that he's got blaster rifles proficiency, so he's really good with them. I mean, you could possibly give him blaster pistols, but why the hell would you fucking do that? I mean, sure, you can do a wield with blaster pistols. I could get precise shot with him. But for now, I'm gonna get snipers. HK-47, the good guy.
Outside the camp. We usually find some entertainment in clearing out the worst of the beasts. But without our patrols, some of the larger beasts may be around. None of us will be around to bail you out of trouble. You've been warned. I'm impressed. Too bad you're a Jedi. You'd make a formidable Mandalorian. Our sensors picked up 3 ships landing in this area after the space battle. If any of the Onderon military come searching for those ships, we don't want them finding our base. I don't know. It was some sort of freighter. It didn't land in any of the clearings along the path. Knowing some of the larger Duxan beasts, the crew's probably already dead. The people of Onderon still live in fear of us. They were the first world we conquered in the Mandalorian Wars. Their resistance was laughable. We cut through their defenses like vibroblades through cloth. ISIS fell within hours. If they knew we were here, they would eventually gather enough courage to attack us. It is not a battle we wish to wage. Yet. We're looking into it. With your help, the relay dish is working again, so we aren't blind to the rest of the planet. The Onderon military has cordoned off the planet.
so there shouldn't be anybody else down here. Still, our sensors occasionally pick up signals on the surface. It's like someone is searching the planet, and doing so under the noses of the military. Whoever they are, they've stayed clear of us. If you... I don't know. Duxon's all jungle except for this camp.
Damn it. Jungle. Taking over everything. This place is a mess. Ah!
You found Kumas, and alive no less. I suppose I should offer my gratitude. He's got a mind like a stunned Minok, but he's got courage. He was evasive when I asked him what happened, however. Trying to survive in the jungle must have taken its toll.
He was mostly in danger of starving to death.
He was what?
While up on a ledge, Canucks ate his backpack. He ran out of ammo and was trapped.
What? I will have words with Kumas. This embarrassment must be dealt with.
You told Zargo what happened. You have shamed me in front of my commander and my fellow warriors. If you enter the jungle, may you never return.
Our numbers swell. Our training hones us.
To be fair, welcome to the military. You do shit like that, you get named and shamed. Oh, you think this is a nice game we're playing? No, this is a game of life and death. The shit he pulled off would get people killed. But yes! Give me the dark side points! That makes fucking sense in every possible stupid, asinine way. Okay, I am going to go with a violet blade. I don't have any crystals though, and that's a bit of a problem. I guess I could go back to Dantooine for some, but maybe, who knows. Nar Shaddaa seems like a good idea at this point. Let me just create some. So it seems to me that the best options in terms of a cell, you can go with energy cell, energy cell, and yes, superior discharge cell. Personally, I prefer going with the superior one because you get massive criticals, you get damage bonus ion, and you get bonus versus droid. So that's the best one. Now, as for, I mean, you can also get the cell mark for you, all that. Now, as for an emitter, which I also need, there's various options. My take is you want the expert fencing emitter, the way I see it. I don't have the repair on this character, on her specifically. Okay. Improved beam lens, I guess, could help. Synthesized. Alright, this would screw me over. Okay, let me just check my other lightsaber. Yeah, improved beam lens seems like the best option. Okay, emitter. Well, need to make an expert. Okay. All right. Let's go. I think he has the capability of doing that. If not, I have a droid ready to pop in.
Yes, Master.
And a droid that's capable of being upgraded. There we go. T3 is much more powerful in this game than he is in the first one. Where's the fencing one? Okay. Yeah, it's the lack of crystals that are creating this issue.
I thought I would see you again. No more scouts in the jungle, right? Together we made short work of them. If you yearn for more fighting, the battle circle can slake that thirst. I'm here for that. It is not a true test of a warrior, but it echoes the thrill of real battle. The sergeant chooses who fights who, but I would eagerly fight you in the battle circle. So what are you here for? We're taught not to. Mandalorians want to be tested to the limits of our abilities and beyond. We admire anyone who beats us on the battlefield. Instead of hate, we study, practice, and train until the next time, so we won't be beaten. But some young Mandalorians find this a hard lesson. Any veteran of the Mandalorian Wars respects Jedi like you. Your actions on Duxon validate this. But we aren't a simple people. As would I. I noticed that you killed more scouts than I. I am curious to see your handiwork firsthand.
Kelborn says you are worthy enough to face champions. You may fight in the battle circle again. You have enough honor to face a champion of a previous day. Kelborn, what are your terms?
Swords only. No items or the Jedi's force. And no sword of the Jedi's choosing. Just a simple long blade.
Kelborn chooses to fight with the blade. You may fight with fist, foot, and the blade provided. No using the force or any other item. The match between Jedi and Kelborn is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. I underestimated you. A difficult admission for a Mandalorian. If you fight in the circle again this day, you will face the bravest and strongest of us, Braylor.
I see now why we couldn't win against you during the war. Even fighting at a great disadvantage, you would still fight as brutally as a Rancor. We won't fight again. I am curious if you could even defeat Braylor. Now that would be a fight to see. So what are you here for?
Here to watch a fight or to participate? We eagerly look forward to this fight. Braylor, you are our champion. How would you fight the Jedi?
No terms today, Sergeant. I would fight the Jedi with all of her arsenal.
Braylor will fight you as you are. Still no killing and no leaving the battle circle. But you may use whatever else you want. The match between Jedi and Braylor is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. You have defeated the most worthy of us. You walk away the champion of the battle circle this day. We will not forget your deeds, or the honor you have earned this day.
And so, I lose again. I still have much to learn. The last Jedi I fought was in a ship-to-ship battle on Malachor 5.
I lost, but was spared. Before the Mandalorian Wars, we looked at Jedi as weak. Their code restricted their full potential. The Jedi were limited by a narrow sense of morality that couldn't survive a real war. But our view was the narrow one. I see that clearly now. I sense we both learned something today.
You are the champion of the battle circle this day. Watch the others spar. Criticize or praise as you see fit. That is your right as a champion.
I have lost. But this was no... But...
Okay then. I did win. Alright, I am removing the droid. Actually just gonna go with McCall and HK. And I think I'll switch out to HK. I've done all I can. Alright, Canderous, let's have a chat. Yeah, I'm just gonna...
You defeated Braylor in the battle circle. Either you're very lucky, or you're a lot tougher than you look. Kelborn said you dispatched some covert military scouts in the jungle with him. He spoke highly of your work. Zuka told me you helped out with some repairs around the base. I was hoping you'd prove yourself more with a lightsaber, but it's certainly a great help. The gate guard said you managed to kill a Zakeg. Those are tough beasts, Jedi. You've earned some respect around here. Zarga told me that you returned one of our sheep to the herd. You have gained some small prestige by helping Kumas. How many Kanaks did you have to kill to find those parts for Zuka? That was a tremendous help. I won't forget it. You've made quite a reputation around here. You did better than I thought you could. I was planning on heading to Isis tomorrow, but I'll move up the timetable and take you now. You won't be able to get to the Ebon Hawk from the city. If you need to grab anything from your ship, I'd do it now.
Have you learned anything new about the scouts from this third ship?
Kelborn told me that they were covert military and probably aligned with Colonel Tobin from Isis. Kelborn doesn't think they'll send out any more scouts, but that doesn't mean there aren't more of them out there.
What do you know about Colonel Tobin?
Colonel Tobin is General Vaklu's right-hand man. Despite his martial skill, he handles himself as a functionary more than a warrior. Back when we were fighting Vaklu's resistance during the Mandalorian Wars, Vaklu wouldn't have any use for a poisonous Kinrath like Tobin. But Vaklu seems to have adapted well to peacetime.
Can you tell me about Onderon?
When you were last here, you probably didn't even go to Onderon. The Republic knew that Onderon's fate would be decided on its jungle moon, not the planet itself. To begin with, when you talk about Onderon, you're really talking about the ancient walled city of Isis. It's the only inhabited settlement on the planet.
And that's all I wanted to know.
I don't blame you. They're sad people. I have some things to look into. I'll talk to you later. Are you ready to...
I set off the detonator in the jungle.
I know, it made quite a racket. Good work.
You didn't tell me I'd fight a pack of beasts.
That's to be expected. They don't really like it when someone makes loud noise in their territory.
You knew that would happen.
It wouldn't be much of a test if all you had to do was take a hike through the jungle, now would it? You're alive, in one piece, and learn something about the beasts of the jungle. Are you ready to...
Alright, let's go. I mean, I've done all I can. So his conversation is bugged then. I was thinking I just needed to walk to the shuttle, but nope.
Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm going to talk with Zuka and have him start a shuttle flight check. After that, we'll head out. How are the port stabilizers?
They check out Mandalore, all systems are green.
Good. I want the shuttle bound for Onderon within the hour. What do you want?
Is all in readiness?
It is. Like I promised. Why? You want to back out now?
My only concerns are for the one you escort to Onderon, Mandalorian. Would you do any less for one of your clan?
Don't pretend to understand us. We Mandalorians are a breed apart.
If by apart you mean scattered, broken, and lost, then yes, you are correct.
Not for long. Soon the Mandalorians will be strong again, united as one clan under one banner. Mine.
Ah, yes, the Great Crusade, after the first one was ended by Revan and the Jedi. Such a defeat was merciful, an echo of the end, when your ships were in flames, crushed in the grip of Malachor V. But I do not need to remind you of such things.
I was at Malachor V, and I remember how many Jedi died to stop us there. And no matter how many dead orbit that planet, the Mandalorians still live. Clan Ordo still lives. See Kex there? He was serving on Nar Shaddai's muscle for the Hutts. Kelborn was a scout for the Duros on Frontier Worlds. I brought them here, gave them a purpose. This galaxy will be ours again, I promise you. That is the future.
Indeed. The future is always in motion. It is a difficult thing to see. Perhaps there will be no New Age Mandalore, no great Mandalorian crusade. Perhaps your people fought their last battle at Malachor V, and you have been dying ever since, a quiet death that will last centuries. And perhaps all that remains will be what I see before me. A man wounded by a Jedi, encased in a Mandalorian shell, hunted by the thought of being the last of the Mandalorians.
You've got some guts talking to me like that. You think your age or your Jedi whelp are going to keep you safe from me?
No, Mandalore, you are wrong. I hope that it is you who will keep the one I travel with safe. You are loyal, and you have served many masters, even when they abandoned you. Do you wonder where he wanders now, Mandalore? Why he gave you your orders, then abandoned you at the edge of the galaxy?
How do you know that?
I know many things, and I can answer the question that burns within your shell, Mandalore. But there is a price. You must keep the one I travel with safe. She is important to me, more important than anything. Show the same loyalty you have shown in the past, Mandalore. If there is a Mandalorian crusade, let it be for something that will carry your people's memory into the future. So when the time comes when there are no more Mandalorians, then at least their honor will remain. The one I travel with has walked your same path, and I ask that when the end comes, that you remember that kinship, even if it seems there is nothing else left.
Forget the Jedi. Keep your eyes on her.
I'd shoot her, but what do I know?
1, 2, 3.
Mandalorians, we've got company. Stealth targets have breached our perimeter.
Wait a moment. I sense there is a disturbance in the camp. Our enemy has tracked us here. I did not expect them so soon. How did they get here, I wonder? Regardless, we must eliminate them all. None of them can escape. Our whereabouts must remain a secret. Let us join the battle. Our allies will need our help.
Will they now?
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Prejudice set to maximum. Target acquired. Acknowledgement. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Yes, Master.
I'm listening.
You didn't think you were the only ones with stealth generators, did you?
Over here. There are more of them.
For Mandalore!
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
You have left me an opening!
Ready to serve. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Which one is mine?
I'm listening.
Accuracy ratio achieved. Prejudice set to maximum. Optimal accuracy.
Seems trouble follows you on a regular basis. I think it's best for both of us if we head to ISIS immediately. Grab your gear. My men will take care of cleaning up the mess.
Okay, you do have to take him. Yep, he has to be a party member. Okay.
Vaklu's saying that the Republic ship attacked first? That's madness!
Unfortunately, lie or not, it's a madness people will believe.
The timing of this is atrocious. A space battle above our skies, so many of our fighters lost?
Curiously, only Tobin's men were involved in that battle.
That shooter!
Strong word, Your Majesty, but there is no good time for news like this. I recommend we continue with our plan.
But won't that bring even more followers to Vaklu's side? Increasing his power?
For a time, perhaps. But we both know he's not the true threat. It's his unseen support from the shadows that we must drag out into the light. Then, and only then, can we strike.
I fear by then it will be too late.
Here we are, the city of ISIS. It's been shut down tight for months now. General Vaklu is close to declaring martial law. We won't be able to travel too far in the city. Fortunately, I have a friend in this quarter of the city. He's a doctor by the name of Dagon Gent. His office is on the other side of the market square. It might be best if you do the talking around here. The Onderonians have a mixed view of Mandalorians after we conquered their world. Yeah.
Maybe I should just build him as a melee character, because clearly he's not really ranged. A rapid shot, it's gonna do. Fine. Skills, demolitions, awareness. Feats. Okay. Oh, he's got the blaster rifle. Fine. Could have gotten one, I suppose. He doesn't have that gun from the first game, huh? I guess that doesn't those kind of weapons don't exist anymore. Well, does he have a Mandalorian assault rifle? If not, I guess I should take HK weapons and and give it to him. It's not really a one-handed weapon, is it? I don't know exactly how this used to work. Doesn't matter regardless. Stealth hit. Alright. What level is he anyway? 15. Still some points. I'll increase his constitution as well. Just so you can get the implants. Okay. Persuade, awareness, saving throws. I don't know how much he needs that. Yeah, that will increase damage by quite a bit. That's pretty much necessary if you are interested in making someone like him. Retreat injury feats. I'm gonna continue increasing that. Basically, if you want to have a good range character, then what you need to do is take into consideration is the fact that you will not be able to go. You can't just switch. All right, repeating blaster rifle. Very well then. I'll need to upgrade it or get something better. I don't know what Mandalorian's armor does, to be fair.
Yes, Master.
Okay.
I have questions for you.
Go ahead.
You fought with Revan and Malak during the Mandalorian Wars. Why?
I want to test my training, and in a real fight, they provided an opportunity.
Huh. We'd never faced Jedi before, and didn't know the threat they represented. You've always been in the Jedi Order. Things that are common knowledge to you are rumors and stories to the rest of the galaxy. We only knew what we had seen in holovids and from our experience with Exar Kun. and by that time, he was completely a Sith. We thought we would triumph easily over such noble and compassionate leaders. Those are weaknesses we easily exploited in the past. What did you think of us?
Well, they had to be stopped, that's the truth, but if you're asking me how I fought of them as warriors, strong warriors and worthy adversaries.
And that is how we thought of you. Not of the Jedi in particular, but the men and women who joined Revan and Malak to fight against us. You turned a demoralized, defeated mess into a coordinated army. You brought tactics, backbone, and above all else, victory to them. Ever consider what would have happened if we'd won? The Sith would have been nothing more than a border skirmish against the might of my clans. We would have brought a new age of strength and expansion to the Republic, with a wealth of the core worlds providing arms and warships to fuel our growth. Instead, the Republic won. Look around you. Look at what your precious victory has brought you. I ask you this, is the galaxy better off for the Republic's victory?
I don't deal in what ifs.
Just think about it. Now, was there something else you needed? Yeah, what do you... The Republic is a stagnant beast that had been killing its people for years before the wars began. Were it not for Revan's strength, the Republic would already be dead. Only Revan was worthy of our respect. We swept through the Outer Rim without any opposition until Revan assumed command of the Republic forces. Only then did the battle turn. But as you know, only a handful of Jedi fought, while the others cowered in their halls, afraid to meet us head-on.
It wasn't fear that kept the Jedi from fighting.
I'm sure there were good reasons. I'm not accusing you of being a coward. You commanded the Republic fleet that destroyed ours. You were a worthy opponent. Now, was there something else you needed? The Republic thinks my people are dead, scattered. They are wrong. You should have destroyed us when you had the chance. As long as one Mandalorian lives, we will survive. Our honor, fortunes, and lives revolve around battle. From our earliest history, this has been our way. As it will be, always.
My life has revolved around the same things. Well, that's just a reality here.
Which is one of the reasons I travel with you. It pleases me that you recognize the truth. The Mandalorian clans will be united. Then we will take back our place in the galaxy. But we live in times of action, and I've said enough for now. We can speak of this again later. Now, was there something else you needed? We have suffered defeats before, but none like our defeat at Malak. Our spirit may have faded, but it hasn't died. It will burn bright again, like a star in the heavens. The end of the Mandalorian Wars was something new and unknown to us. Revan fought us like a true warrior and defeated us on our own terms. Revan embodied our philosophy and showed us our own weaknesses. Then he exploited them. It was a painful lesson. With Mandalore dead, our weapons taken, and our pride destroyed, many lost their way. But I will change that. I would appreciate your help. Many in the Republic look at the Mandalores as wild and violent kinrats. Now, after many years, a new Mandalore has returned. We have a long tradition of honor in dealing with allies and those who provide us aid. It's a tradition that those we war against are quick to forget. I can tell you want to know more, but we can talk more later about this. Now, is there something else you needed? Yeah, what do you want? I've fought countless battles. Ones most didn't walk away from. The wounds add up. And even the implants are all that keep me going sometimes. I may have been stronger in my youth, and stupider, but now I've got to rely more on my armor, my weapons, and my cunning. Now, is there something else you needed? I am Mandalore, leader of the Mandalorians. I will help you fight your battles and plan your strategy. But I will not be your errand boy. Find some other lackey to do your bidding. Now, is there something else you needed? Being Mandalore is the greatest honor for our people. Mandalore's helmet is passed from one leader to the next. When Revan executed Mandalore before our eyes, he cast Mandalore's helmet away, denied it to us. He took Mandalore's helmet and left with it. If he hadn't done that, the new Mandalore would have been chosen that day. But without leadership and direction, the clans scattered, fell apart. It isn't just any helmet. It means more to us than your lightsaber does to you. While it wouldn't be unheard of for a new helmet to be created, it was determined to find the real thing. Claiming the helmet is a traditional way for the new Mandalore to be chosen. Even in defeat, we held on to our traditions. During the Jedi Civil War, I met and traveled with Revan. I was there with him when he defeated Darth Malak, and traveled with him afterwards. Eventually, he told me where he had taken the helmet. He set me upon this path. We can talk about Revan and other things later if you like. You know enough for now. Now, is there something else you needed? I thought that the Force would be enough of a weapon for a Jedi like yourself. Need a little something extra to work up your courage in a fight? That's a good position for a warrior to take. But even better if he relies completely on his own strength. Here you go. But don't get too attached to them. I only have time to make so many. Now, is there something else you needed? Like us, the people of Onderon are warriors. Early in their history, they built ISIS to protect them from the beasts that swarmed on their world. No matter how far they've progressed, they're fundamentally still warriors standing watch on their battlements. They don't like outsiders, and their inability to take ideas from other cultures gives them a fundamental disadvantage in warfare. They fell quickly during the Mandalorian Wars despite their martial skills. Their technology and doctrine are not in the same league as Mandalorians. Now, is there something else you needed?
Alright, Candorous. Costin here on Serious Gaming signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.